All right, my friends, we are back. We are here for the final game of the tournament this weekend. I am your good buddy, Oso Blanco Fabuloso. Sitting right next to me is...
My name is Q.
And we are absolutely exhausted. We've been talking all weekend, so we apologize, but we're going to do our best to be the professionals that you expect for your roller derby broadcast. See, I tell you, it's going to be like that. This is the one to really get the derby bingo sheet out for.
And I'll tell you, we have an outstanding game coming up. The final game of Battle of Bunker Hill 2019. We have Mohawk Valley Quad Fathers. They were in black, and they are facing off against Montreal Men's Roller Derby, Le Mont Royals in red.
All right, Q, why don't you, let's go ahead and start off with the Mohawk Valley Roller Derby Quad Fathers. We've got 0-1-0, that's Deb Crush. Number 1-0 is Chapin. 10-13 is El Majestic. 11-16, Polio. 1-2-1-3, Fuerza Brutal. 16-18 is Rufo. 187 is Morticia DK. 202 is Da Funk. 315 is D Shears. That is 35 B Shears. 43 is Chapin, and we've got 6 Selkowski, 603 is House Tar, 79 is Toe Cutter, 87 is Stankus, and 96 is Stever.
We will go over Montreal Men's Roller Derby here after this jam, which has already kicked off. Stankus is on the line for Mohawk Valley, facing off against number 19, Gentle Stan for Montreal. Stankus able to pick up lead jammer status first, and has re-engaged the pack at the top of the apex.
Right, looking at the pack, trying to figure out where everybody is. There's Gentle Stan. Could not see him without that Star Silk on the helmet. Stankus hot on their heels. Remember, you just can't stop the Stankus. Oh, Stankus calling it off, grabbing. Looks like 2 points. 2 points up on the board.
2 additional points, actually, because he had 1 scoring trip already. So it looks like Mohawk Valley is going to start off at 6 points after that first jam. Montreal sitting at 2. They were able to steal a couple.
Rock and roll.
So Montreal Men's Roller Derby, number 1023, Roadkill. Number 12, Told de Soya. Number 174, Ronsgale. Number 176, Per Evil. Number 18, Patatao. Number 19, Gentle Stan. 42, Luke Ness Monster. Number 50, Buddy Ollie. Number 514, Grolock. Number 53, Fred Auster. Number 6502, Grimlock. 76, Tony Phoenix. Number 85, Zombie Boy. And number 88, Tiny Fury.
On the track, we've got House Star in the lead with Luke Ness Monster wearing the star for Montreal Roller Derby.
And a big recycle back by Tiny Fury on Holstale.
Oh, House Star getting recycled once again. Montreal ready for him, but no, just barrels right over that defense. 4 points on the board, bringing them up to 10 so far. Looks like number 42, Luke Ness Monster, in the penalty box. They're on a House Star on a power jam.
And House Star is going to call that off, freezing Luke Ness Monster in the penalty box. 8 points total going up on that jam for Mohawk Valley. That's bringing their total up to 14 points. Got just over 27 minutes remaining in the half.
It looks like number 43, Chapin, wearing the star for Mohawk Valley. Montreal, of course, is going to be Luke Ness Monster, who is going to be starting from the penalty box. Chapin already on the track and in the pack. Luke Ness Monster has been released. Luke Ness Monster entering the track at turn 4. Chapin, number 43, out of the pack at turn 2. That is your lead jammer. Chapin coming back around, and oh, a nice little hop there in turn 2. Wifopathic says that's worth 4 points. Luke Ness Monster tossed to the outside and recycled well before turn 3. Both jammers now fighting in the straightaway, trying to get into turn 3.
Luke getting a little bit of offensive help there by number 19, Gentle Stan. But just unable to break that wall of black that was braced by Farouja Brutal.
Chapin just in there, digging in with those shoulders, trying to break into the middle of that defense. Not able to get any movement forward. Oh, man. That is 176 there. Sorry, 176 per evil. Up on the toe stop, stopping Chapin, but no, Chapin able to get through. That's 4 more points.
And I did misspeak. Farouja Brutal is not out on the track right now. That must have been Rufio that I looked at. I saw the multiple digits and.
Oh, Chapin taking those hits, absorbing them. But getting recycled all the same. We've got 15 seconds left, and it has been called off. Mohawk Valley up to 24 points with 10 points on that jam.
This has been a hard weekend so far for Montreal Roller Derby. They're coming in at 0-2. Mohawk Valley, on the other hand, is coming in at 1-1 with the only loss taking place to Mass Maelstrom. That was yesterday. Today they were able to beat Toronto fairly handily.
All right, we've got Pulio, we've got Zombie Boy. Zombie Boy in the red, Pulio in the black. Zombie Boy at the top of the pack, trying to get into turn 1 first. Pulio now almost into turn 1.
Continues to just ping pong back and forth, trying to get that tripod to rotate.
Lots of yelling on the track. That's 174. Rance Gale getting sent to the penalty box. And Pulio makes it past the pack first.
However, it did take about 45 seconds, so that was a very, very long time without a lead jammer.
It's not like he's taking his time out there.
No, and I'll tell you, that is not the kind of jam that you want to start off a game, because that will tire you out faster than anything else.
That'll make you almost as tired as an announcer.
After 2 days.
I know. We're over here complaining that we're tired. These poor people have been doing nothing but skating and knocking into each other all weekend, and I'm complaining.
Oh, and there is a toe stop off.
Oh!
And I do believe that does belong to Pulio, who calls it off from the ground. Looks like they probably attempted to use it and kind of fell down. That's never a good thing. Probably a great reason to call it off.
All right, looks like Zombie Boy is in the penalty box. Deb Crush coming out for Mohawk. Deb Crush getting that power start. Deb Crush knocking around. Looks like Rufo and Morticia DK just waiting for Zombie Boy. Zombie Boy on the track, having to deal with Ruffo. Oh, Deb Crush makes it out first. Deb Crush in charge of this jam.
Zombie Boy continuing to work the pack. One more block to beat. Oh, no, and number 35, that is B. Shirts, able to come up and offensive. Oh, and a huge hit there on Rufo by number 76. That was Tony Phoenix, who was called on a penalty on that.
Tony Phoenix stopped for a second. Said, "Oh my God, what have I done?"
I mean, that was a big enough hit that he decided it was bad enough that he wanted to stop and apologize, make sure he was okay, and then it's like, okay, now it's time for me to go to the penalty box.
I will take that penalty. Thank you. I will move along. Looks like
there's a timeout being called now by Montreal.
Oh, it is Montreal. Okay. Apex Predator doing the timekeeper calisthenics at the top of the straightaway. Remember, arms up and point to the team. Arms up and point to the team. No, she's checking the time first.
And speaking of officials, let's go over the skating officials for game number 12 of Battle of Bunker Hill. We have Toxic Narcotic Lopez, Apex Predator, Officially Mel, Brady Punch, Drop Dead Gorgon, Coops, Muffin, Rabbit, TBD, Chop Saw, Dirk Shearer, Recordian, Jean-Philippe Amon, Shipwrecker, Bad Wolf Archer, and G. Innes. Guinness?
Guinness.
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 Gentle Stan going to come up to the line for Montreal, facing off against number 87, Stankus, for Mohawk Valley.
All right, Gentle Stan starting off by getting recycled, but Stankus gets out first. Stankus coming back around to grab those points in turn one.
Door is shut on Gentle Stan by Faruja Brutal there. Faruja Brutal wearing that very gold helmet there, reminiscent of Bad Derby.
Well, it makes her easy to see out there. Makes my life easier, because that way you can go, oh, that's where's the Brutal.
Very much so. Gentle Stan now coming across. That was on the initial pass. Stankus is through on a scoring trip. Only 3 points on that. A no pass, no penalty. 1 point going up for Montreal. So Mohawk Valley ending that jam 7-1 in their favor. About 21 minutes remaining, 41-3 in favor of Mohawk Valley.
Going into Jam 7, that's number 42, Luke Ness Monster, taking on House Tar. All of a sudden, I'm saying it like a Boston native, Luke Ness Monster.
I noticed.
Yeah. Next thing you know, I'm going to start saying FOA. There we go. House Tar out of the pack first.
Picking up lead jammer. He's going to be going up there trying to get FOA Mamba.
See, I tell you, it is infectious. Absolutely infectious.
Both jammers now in the middle of the pack. However, House Tar breaks through on that scoring trip, putting up 4 more points. Luke Test Monster safely recycles himself back while taking off the cover, stashing it in hand. No pass has occurred. This is at turn number 3 right now. Oh, and a track cut now being issued to Luke Ness Monster.
Looks like both of them. So it's whoever gets in first gets out first. Luke Ness Monster.
2 do-si-do.
Oh.
And this will go the full 2 minutes. 1 minute remaining in the jam.
Oh, a nice little hop there.
Lands with both skates inbounds. House Tar putting up another 4 points for Mohawk Valley. Luke Test Monster has finished the initial pass as well. This is their first scoring pass.
Buddy Ollie getting sent to the penalty box. We've got quite a full penalty box out there. My good buddy Reverend Loaf would call this the diet pack. Half the skaters and yet all the action. Luke Ness Monster coming back in the pack, moving swiftly. House Tar able to slide right through with 4 points, and that's the end of that jam. At the end of that, looks like 6 points picked up by Montreal, 16 by Mohawk Valley. House Tar with 16 points. I believe that is the highest so far.
Yep, I do believe you are correct. Number 43, Chapin, coming up to the line for Mohawk Valley. Going to be facing off against number 19, Gentle Stan for Le Mont Royal.
Gentle stand, getting Chapin recycled and coming right back into the pack.
However, met with a solid wall of black as Faruja Brutal just continues to shove him to the outside line.
Oh, Chapin made it out first. Chapin is in charge. As we all know, Chapin in charge of my days and my nights. And of course, this jam.
Montreal is missing one of their skaters. I'm not sure what happened. However, Viking Size actually skated with them the first game of the weekend and is now one of the acting coaches instead.
Viking Size, of course, easy to see. He's the one with all the hair.
And an absolutely epic beard.
Yeah, that is the beard that other beards wish they could be. All right, it is Tiny Fury. It is Stankus, both trying to get out of that pack first. Stankus going kind of wild back there. Tiny Fury taking hit after hit, trying to use that size to their advantage.
One more blocker to beat, however, gets knocked to the outside. Both jammers now getting recycled back. Pack still sitting at turn number 1.
Whoa, Stankus out of the pack first.
With speed.
Tiny Fury trying to bust out of turn 2. Stankus already grabbing 4 points while Tiny Fury still battling to get through the initial pass. Oh, Stankus almost made it. Looks like we've had a star pass to
Zombie Boy, number 85. Zombie Boy coming around past turn 2 now, about to re-engage the pack. Stankus looks up at the last second, decides to call it off. No points being put up on the board for Montreal. Mohawk Valley Roller Derby coming out with 8 on that jam, so the Quad Fathers now sitting at 68 points. Montreal Roller Derby at 9. Just over 15 minutes remaining in the half. Deb Crush now coming back to the line for the Quad Fathers. Going to be facing off against number 42, Luke Ness Monster.
All right, Deb Crush taking the inside line, and wow, able to bust on through. Just sidestep that on the inside. Fantastic moves. Now coming around to grab more points. Mohawk Valley already up to 68, but let's go ahead and toss another 4 points on the fire.
Deb Crush does not look like she is looking to slow down at any point here soon. Re-engages the pack at the top of the apex and busts through almost untouched for yet another 4 more points.
Deb Crush 8 points so far. Houstar had 16. Deb Crush up to 12, 1 more pass, and Deb Crush will match Houstar's high jam scoring. All right, we've matched it at 16. We've got a minute left on the clock. Deb Crush crushing this.
Luke Test Monster has star in hand, however, has been unable to pass it as the pivot has been in the penalty box. Now that number 12, Told de Suya, is out of the penalty box. That star pass has occurred. Broke through on the initial, but the jam gets called off before he can re-engage with the pack.
Oh, Deb Crush, 18 points.
That is now the game high for Mohawk Valley and Montreal. Number 19, Gentle Stain, coming back up to the line for Montreal. Going to be facing off against number 1116, Pulio, for the Quad Fathers.
Gentle Stan, number 19. Pulio, number 1116. Who's going to get out first? Oh, Pulio recycled by Buddy Ollie. We all ooh, ah, ooh, just like Buddy Ollie. And oh, like Mary Tyler Moore. Well, I don't care what they say about us anyway. I just don't care about that.
Because I don't care about that.
Julio recycled again. Gentle Stan up in the front of the pack, knocked to the inside by El Majestic.
Yep.
We're at 1:16 on the jam clock, and Julio makes it out.
Gentle Stan calling for his pivot. However, the Quad Fathers making sure that that star pass cannot occur.
Looked like Julio was having a problem with their skate as they came around, kind of hobbling on it.
Well, he had that problem with the toe stop earlier, so I'm wondering if he just wasn't able to get it lodged in there quite enough. A little bit of skate maintenance might be necessary at this point. It looks like that's exactly what's occurring now on the sideline.
Got to see the skate doctor and see what happens.
Number 88, Tiny Fury, back up on the line for Montreal. Going to be facing off against number 43, Chapin. Chapin taking the inside line, picks up lead jammer status quickly for the Quad Fathers. Tiny Fury was right behind. However, the Quad Fathers successfully slamming the door shut on that lane.
Chapin now back at the top of the track, scoring points. Looks like number 19, Gentle Stan, getting sent to the penalty box. Tiny Fury still stuck in turn 2.
Gentle Stan is wearing that pivot stripe, so if Tiny Fury is looking to try to pass the star anytime soon, it's not going to happen.
Tiny Fury just knocked out of the track. Tiny Fury's got the star silk off the helmet. I don't know if she noticed that their pivot is still in the penalty box.
But she'll continue holding it just for the time being anyways, trying to be that extra little bit of sneaky. Maybe can work her way through on a star stash.
Wow, D. Schurz, Grimlock, and Chapin all headed into the penalty box. Fred Auster also in the penalty box. Todd Solier, excuse me, on a power jam.
And I'll tell you that the star pass did occur to Todd Soya, and almost immediately there was zero hesitation whatsoever. Ferrugia Brutal came out of nowhere, knocked him to the inside.
Oh.
So there was no sneaky business about that whatsoever. Ferrugia Brutal was all over the star pass.
Sometimes you can get that star passed and nobody notices, and sometimes, well,
not so much.
Everybody sees it. All right, that penalty box has cleared out. Everybody back on the track except for Grimlock, who's getting sent back. Santa Vaca, less than 10 minutes to go.
Big hit on Chapin right at the end as it gets called off. 12 more points being put up on the board for Mohawk Valley. 4 more for Montreal. Mohawk Valley 98, Montreal 13. We got about 9.5 minutes remaining in the half. Number 87, Stank is going to be joining us for the Quad Fathers. And number 85, that is Zombie Boy for Le Mont-Royal.
Zombie Boy pushing and shoving the pack, moving into turn 1. What the heck was that? Stankus just kind of hopped out of that pack like a little bunny wabbit and got lead jammer, now coming back around to grab them points. Stankus with a slip and fall, back up on the inside, 4 points. That'll bring him up over the century mark. Mohawk Valley now at 102.
Pack now starting to speed up just a little bit around turn number 4. Slowing down now, starting to regroup. Big hit on Stankus, however, did not slow him down, busting through for another 4 points.
We are watching skaters just cycle through this penalty box while Stankus just running the track. We've got 53 seconds to go. Stankus in charge and just sidestepping right past that pack, grabbing those points like they were owed to him.
Stankus now sitting at 16 points on this jam. Definitely in a great position to get more. Speaking of, we're now at 20 points, so he is on the highest scoring jam of the game so far. Still has 27 seconds left to make another scoring trip, or possibly two. Stank is highly motivated right now to put points on the board.
Wow, just solidifying this lead. Now up to 24 points on this jam with less than 10 seconds to go.
4 more points as another jump across those Montreal blockers. Bringing him up to 28 on that jam.
I have not seen 28 points scored in a single jam this entire weekend.
I'll be honest, I'd have to go through the footage. And speaking of going through the footage, thank you once again to Nerd Derby for streaming this entire weekend.
True.
If you have not, if this is the first game you have caught for Battle of Bunker Hill 2019, make sure you go back through the footage because there have been some outstanding back and forth games. Both Mass Maelstrom and Twin State Derby came into this.
Oh, yeah.
Were able to come out undefeated.
Which is unreal.
Absolutely unreal. 2 local teams. Mass Maelstrom was the hosts, so congratulations to them for not only hosting a successful tournament, but coming out as a 3-0 victor.
Yeah, and if you didn't see the last game, that was terribly exciting. I highly suggest going back and trying it.
That was Mass Maelstrom against Toronto, and it was definitely a nail-biter right to the end. I think it ended with a, 6-point differential?
6-point differential, but it may have ended with a 6-point differential, but you watch it for yourself. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
It was great.
We had games going into as ties at halftime.
Yes.
We had all types of exciting action going on. So check out Nerd Derby. Check out the rest of these. If you haven't subscribed yet to Nerd Derby, go ahead and do that. Follow the link that's going to be posted here in a second. If you have an Amazon Prime account, that can be free to you and help us out continuing to stream outstanding Derby action regionally.
That's right, and you are supporting Derby at no cost to you, so just hit the button.
And the other way to support it is to go to the sponsor. That sponsor is Sociopath. They have been a proud sponsor of New England Roller Derby. They are a skater-run business offering custom-sewn to-order legwear for teams and individuals, size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. That is SEWCIOPATH.ca.
All right, so that was an official review brought forth by Montreal Roller Derby. They were looking for a track cut penalty on Mohawk Valley Roller Derby. There was no track cut. They lost their official review, and we're back to the action.
As Houstar has broken through for the Quad Fathers, picking up lead jammer status and through on their first scoring trip for 4 big points. Luke Test Monster is the jammer on record for Montreal, has just taken the cover off, however is stuck behind a wall of black at turn number 1. Oh, and the Star Stash worked. Luke Test Monster is now through on the initial, picking up a lot of speed. And that forces the call off by the Quad Fathers. 3 more points going to be put up on the board there, so 7 total on that jam.
Woo-hoo. All right, coming back in, we've got number 43, Chapin, taking on Tiny Fury, the crazy 88 themselves.
We've got just under 6 minutes left in the half.
What the heck?
This half has absolutely flown by.
Oh, we're just going to curse ourselves for the second half, aren't we?
No, we have not.
No, we have not. True story. Tiny Fury just going with all their might. Now on the outside, Chapin on the inside. Which one is going to get through first? Oh, interesting technique there by Patatau. Keeping
and a big
the defense.
Hit there by number 35. That was D-Shirt. No, 35, I'm sorry, is B-Shirts. Big hit there on Tiny Fury. Tiny Fury recycled back, however, is not out of it. Pushing the front of the pack, has one blocker to beat. Now the Quad Fathers regrouping, 3 blockers to beat right up front.
Oh, Chapin able to get by. Chapin in control.
Tiny Fury continuing to push the pack, now at turn number 3. And a successful star pass there to number 12, Toad de Soya. Toad de Soya has received the star a few times this game, however, has yet been unsuccessful to get a score on. I'm going to rack that up to the fact that he is very, very fast, and they want to make sure they just call it off before he can get into their scoring position.
Oh, absolutely. The way that Toad just kicks in the afterburners, gets moving, absolutely spectacular. You don't see that kind of speed all the time.
Nope. Coming up to the line now, once again, number 19, Gentle Stand for Le Montreal, facing off against number 87, Stankus for the Quad Fathers. Stankus being knocked to the inside, decides to try the outside.
Both jammers getting knocked back and forth. Gentle Stand, whoa, knocked over by, it was Stankus, knocked into Gentle Stand. Oh, man.
And then Buddy Ollie just coming through and finishing the hit on Stankus.
Oh, my heck. Gentle Stand has taken lead jammer. This is the first time we've seen Montreal take lead jammer in quite a few jams.
He came around that turn all business. He is looking to score some points, giving directions to his blocking squad.
There you go.
Breaks through, big 4 points going up on the board for Montreal. A sigh of relief.
Yeah, Gentle Stand looking very thankful. Getting, a crisp
There's the big
five.
smile.
Woo, hoo, hoo.
Back up the line now, number 42, Lucas Monster for Montreal. Facing off against 11-16, Pulio for the Quad Fathers.
So apparently I was mispronouncing Pulio earlier as Puleo. Again, I grew up in Southern California, so every time I see something that looks mildly ethnic, I automatically put a Spanish spin on it. And I guess I guess they decided that it sounded like a curse word, so they started calling each other a Pulio. So, or a Puleo, not a Puleo. See, now I've got it in my head to say it right.
We might want to get that out of there.
Yeah, just get that out of there.
We've already cursed ourselves once.
True.
Let's stop doing that.
All right, Pulio grabbing those 4 points, coming back around to grab some more.
Luke Test Monster has also broken through on the initial pass. Oh, and screams around that back straightaway to break through first, putting up a massive 4 points again for Montreal. Quad Fathers still able to pull out of that jam with an 8-4 victory. However, Montreal, they were just absolutely flying. I'm not sure Pulio even knew that they were in a scoring position there.
Oh, completely. Just bypassed him. Just a blur of red. This is fantastic.
Deb Crush up on the line now for the Quad Fathers. Facing off against number 19, Gentle Stan.
Oh, Gentle Stan seeing that inside line, but Where's the Brutal said, no, you will not pass. It was just like geometry in high school. Gentle Stan back on the track and trying to get through. We do not have a lead jammer yet.
Oh, and Buddy Ollie called for a penalty, so the Montreal pivot will go to the penalty box. Joined there by 2 other blockers. Montreal right, and there we go. Now the blockers are back out on the track.
Deb Crush taking lead jammer and 4 points. Coming back around to turn 1, going into turn 2.
We have about 30 seconds left in this half. Deb Crush now being held up by Montreal at the top of the apex. Buddy Ollie has finished the time in the penalty box and has rejoined that pack, trying to offer a little bit of offensive assistance there.
We've got a minute left in this jam and 10 seconds on the period clock.
Oh, and Gentle Stan had broken through but gets called for a cut track. They are going to the penalty box, and it looks like we will go into the half, which means the Quadfathers will start with a power jam opportunity in the second half. We're going into halftime. Mohawk Valley 150 points, Montreal Roller Derby 21. We have been doing 10-minute halves. I do believe they will probably edit that here in a second. Would like to give another shout out to Sociopath CA. Make sure you visit them during halftime. And thank you to Nerd Derby. So if you haven't, use this time during halftime to go subscribe to Nerd Derby, visit Sociopath, pick up your gear, and join us in 10.
Oh, ho, ho. We are back. 20 seconds left on the intermission. Montreal Roller Derby at 21, Mohawk Valley Roller Derby at 150. We've got one more half before we are done with this weekend. What do you think, Q?
Well, I will say this, there was one change. It looks like the penalty that was issued at the last second on that Montreal jammer has been reversed.
Oh.
So Gentle Stan is out there donning the star for Montreal, facing off against Stankus. That was an outstanding first half of action going on right there. Both jammers now have broken through on the initial pass. Stankus, however, is the lead jammer. Gentle Stan is right behind, not even 5 feet, forcing Stankus to call that off before any points get put up on the board. So we started the second half with a 0-0 jam.
That's one way to start it. I'm sure they're still feeling each other out. I'm sure they both came back with some new strategies, new things to try.
Housestar now up on the line for the Quadfathers. He's going to be facing off against number 88, Tiny Fury for the Montreal.
Housestar jumping back, looking for an opening, and finding that opening on the outside, but Tiny Fury makes it through first. Tiny Fury in control, but Housestar hot on their heels.
Tiny Fury issuing orders to the pack to start speeding up.
Oh boy, what happened there? Oh, Mohawk Valley grabbing 4 points.
Tiny Fury tried to call that off and sneak away with points. However, based on the timing of that fourth whistle, did not work in their favor.
Well, no risk, no reward. I mean, fortune usually favors the bold. Sometimes it just doesn't work out, though.
Number 42, Luke Test Monster up for Montreal, facing off against 43. That is Chapin.
Chapin knocked to the outside. Luke Ness Monster almost through. Luke, oh! I'm not sure what wall Luke Ness Monster hit, but it looked like it hurt.
And I'll tell you, on the other side of the action, Buddy Ollie threw a massive shoulder there on Chapin to knock them outside as well.
Jeez.
A lot of big hits in this game so far. However, we do have a lead jammer. That is Luke Ness Monster.
Wow.
Luke Ness Monster. Luke Ness Monster, lead jammer for Montreal, has re-engaged the pack, pushing it forward towards turn number 2.
And we also have a star pass to B. Shears, number 35 for Mohawk Valley.
Oh, and Luke Ness Monster sees a hole, able to squeak through. Oh, however, oh, there we go, okay. So 4 points going up on the board for Montreal. It was a little bit confusing there. Wifo kind of held up 4 fingers real quick and then down to a fist. But those 4 points are going up on the board for Montreal.
I'm sure Montreal is hoping that they can remain in control of each jam in order to just chip away at that deficit.
Gentle Stan now working the front of the pack, trying to keep the momentum in their favor, and does so.
Oh!
Lead jammer status once again going to Montreal Roller Derby. Le Mont Royals. Gentle Stan picking up speed, re-engages the pack at turn number 1, but gets knocked out by 10-13.
El Majestic. Oh, Gentle Stan out of the pack, 4 more points.
Julio had broken through on the initial pass as well, which is probably why that was called off.
My mistake. No more points. Sorry about that. Yeah, I thought they were grabbing 4 points. It looks like no points were awarded by Wifo. Wifo in her 201st game. That's right, Wifo reffing her 201st game.
And as weird as that sounds, that is skating ref. Because I was
Yes.
talking to her earlier, and I believe she is pushing, if not has met, the 500 mark when it comes to skating and non-skating.
Jeez, that is a lot of miles on wheels. That is a lot of miles on the car, and that's a lot of tournaments.
That is an outstanding feat and absolutely unbelievable.
All right, we've got Stankus and Zombie Boy. Stankus able to get out of that pack first and in control. Zombie Boy hot on their heels. Coming into B Sure's. Oh, I
Zombie
thought
Boy
for sure they made
almost
it.
got through. Zombie Boy now with one blocker to beat yet again.
Zombie Boy trying to call it off. They thought they were in charge of this jam. No such luck.
Do believe Stankus is actually the lead jammer.
Yep, absolutely.
Stankus getting kicked out of bounds by number 176 Per Evil.
Stankus flipping around. Oh, makes it past. Oh, gives a little hit to Gentle Stan on the way by. 4
Just wanted
points.
to say hello.
Yeah, I just wanted to trade paint while I was heading that way. Stankus coming back around to grab more points. Oh, sliding right through. 8 points so far via Stankus.
Zombie Boy now pushing that tripod led by number 35 B Shirts all the way to the turn 3. However, just can't break through. So Mohawk Valley pulling out 8 points on that jam. Montreal with 4. Mohawk Valley 162. Montreal Roller Derby 30. About 24 minutes remaining in the game. Tiny Fury now up on the line for Montreal, facing off against number 603 House Star for the Quad Fathers. House Star just holding up Tiny Fury at the jammer line.
Yeah.
Politely allowing time for the penalty box to clear out. Maybe that's what he wanted. Just everybody in here for, everybody in the pool.
Everybody in the pool. It's an all swim.
House Star now picking up lead jammer status on that outside line.
Tiny Fury sliding into turn 2, getting recycled. There's 4 points for House Star. House Star trying to take the inside, skipping by, no such luck. Was not able to hold on to that line.
Tiny Fury, this might be the 3rd or 4th time working all the way up to the front of the pack just to get knocked out.
Oh, that is number 1-2. There we go. Getting a track cut and getting sent to the penalty box, allowing House Star to get a nice little power jam.
Yep, and unfortunately that was after the star pass had occurred, so you are correct. That is a power jam opportunity for the Quad Fathers.
House Star calling it off. While Toad Dasuya. There we go. Is still in the penalty box. Chapin getting a power start.
This may be one of the first times that I have seen Toad Dasuya actually starting off with the star.
Yeah, usually that's a skater that the star gets past too.
Oh, and I see that Luke Ness Monster is now wearing the pivot stripe, so it is likely going to be a star pass immediately upon re-entry, but we will see.
Stankus just an unstoppable force getting through there. Montreal not able to stop his forward progress at all.
And we did see an immediate star pass, and I mean immediate.
All right, my friends, looks like we've got an injury on the track. We'll be back to the action in just a moment while they get that taken care of.
And we will take that time to talk to you about Sociopath one more time. New England Roller Derby Report would like to thank their production sponsor, Sociopath. Sociopath is a skater-run business offering custom sewn-to-order legwear for teams and individuals. Size-inclusive activewear designed to fit you. Sociopath also offers dozens of armband and helmet cover options for scrimmage and competition. Team discounts are available. Please see sociopath.ca for more details. SEWCIOPATH.ca.
All right, the injured skater has been cleared. And I'm sure that we're going to get back to the action in just a moment once everybody has their bearings once again.
And that injured skater, not just cleared, is able to skate off on their own power. Is still being seen to, however, does look like they're okay. Just double checking, making sure there is no concussion going on.
Although it is my understanding that they are not able to play the piano now, but it's okay. They were not able to play the piano previously. Poor Q has to deal with me just giving me that look. he had to take off. I had to take off the microphone. And that, my friends, are the dangers of putting me on the mic this late in the game, but that's okay. It is Pulio. It is Gentle Stan. It is Pulio out front, already the lead jammer. We've got 20 minutes left in this game.
I have to be honest, it has been a very long weekend. I was trying to find the link and I couldn't remember. It was Chopin who was the classical conductor, not Chapin.
Ah, yes, this is true.
You started talking about pianos and I instantly went very classical.
Went to Chopin.
Although you could talk about Harry Chapin, who sang...
Harry Chapin Carpenter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Chapin.
Harry Chapin. Wait, are you thinking of Mary Chapin
Oh,
Carpenter?
yeah, you know what? You might be right. I'm thinking of Harry Chapin Carpenter.
Okay, so two tired announcers mixed with Monster Energy Drinks, who was a sponsor for Bob H., donated a bunch of cases of Monster Energy Drink.
Thank you for that. We're still upright.
So Tiny Fury up on the line for Le Montreal, facing off against Stankus one more time for the Quad Fathers. Yes, there it is, Stankus.
All right, look at that. Tiny Fury already out of the pack. Lead jammer.
Big smile on her face, re-engages the pack at the top of the apex. Stankus now about half track behind, also re-engages.
Mohawk Valley has two skaters in the penalty box. Tiny Fury calling it off.
There was a big hit there by Rufo at turn number 3 on Tiny Fury. Tiny Fury was a little slow to get up. That, I think, was the decision to call it off. However, Stank is able to put up 4 for the Quad Fathers on that. Tiny Fury 2. So 180 points for the Quad Fathers.
Oh, look at that, look at that, look at it go. Whoa, right on past.
Just
That's beautiful.
Him looking.
I mean, that's what you're looking for, right?
Right there.
Oh.
So speedy.
Absolutely amazing. We've got Housetar, we've got Luke Ness Monster. Housetar getting out of that pack first.
But Luke Ness Monster, not even a quarter track behind, also breaks through.
And gaining. Whoa.
Todasuya tried to close that door, however, couldn't quite make it to the line.
Luke Ness Monster celebrating the 1 point.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes when you steal a point, that is just as good as a full scoring pass.
True. Montreal up to 33 points. As we all know, 33 is the magic number. Just ask anybody. They'll
That's the
tell you.
magic number.
Actually, it is 33. You would be shocked at how many times you'll find 33 in just about anything.
I think I'm thinking of the song.
Yeah, 3 is the magic number by De La Soul.
Because it takes 3 legs to make a tripod stand.
Yes, exactly. De La Soul, exactly. All right,
Meanwhile,
Julio.
back to the action. Go ahead.
Julio, lead jammer, coming back around to get them points in turn 1. We've got Gentle Stan wearing the star for Montreal. Gentle Stan trying to get past turn 1. Looks like we might have another skater injured on the track. Not 100% sure what's going on, but we do have a medic. All right, so Blind Melon did 3 as the magic number, but it was a cover of the Schoolhouse Rock. That's what you're thinking of. But if you look up De La Soul, they did an entire song called 3 is the magic number. Which is not necessarily a cover, but it does have some of the same. Anyway. Enough about De La Soul. Because everybody loves De La Soul talk when they come to watch roller derby. We've got ourselves a timeout. Our officials are taking a knee in the center. Mohawk Valley Roller Derby at 188, Montreal at 33, which is, again, 33 comes up a lot. As a weird for instance, we got the DC Universe subscription, and they have the original Wonder Woman TV series. Sure enough, during the contest to see who is going to take Steve back to the mainland, Linda Carter as Wonder Woman, her number, 33. She is contestant number 33. It's weird how often this number comes up.
You don't think that the writers had something to do with that? You think that happened organically?
I do not know if it happened organically, but you can watch Interstellar, and again, at one point, he's Matthew McConaughey's looking at a map, and he said, "Oh yeah, that's right, it's section 33." It's like, why? Why 33? Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I do enjoy some good theories. Just keep your eyes open. You'll be shocked at how many times you see 33.
Injured skater has been moved off the track. Skaters are coming back now. We're about to get back to the action there. Hopefully we'll see that skater come back now. That was number 18, Petitau, who has been a very solid blocker for Montreal this weekend.
Oh, Chapin and Zombie Boy wearing the stars. Chapin already out of the pack and on the scoring lap.
Zombie Boy also threw on their initial pass, picking up speed and looks like about to re-engage the pack. But Chapin turns around just in time to call it off. So Montreal walking away with 0 on that jam, unfortunately. Mohawk Valley walking away with 2. That brings them up to 190 points. They are knocking on the 2-century mark. Number 19, Gentle Stan, coming back to the line for Montreal. Facing off against number 87, that is Stankus.
Not an enviable position. Stankus, a monster on the track, able to get out of that pack very quickly. I'm still not sure how. It is a mixture of incredible moves, determination, and just not caring what happens on the track.
But I'll tell you,
going wild.
Montreal right now doing a very good job of holding him back. That braced tripod, braced by Todd de Soulieu, has successfully held Stankus back long enough, over 30 seconds, and Gentle Stan now the lead jammer for Montreal.
Gentle Stan in the fray at turn 2. It is a mob. It is a mess. Stankus gets out of the pack.
That, of course, is the initial now. Gentle Stan still in control. pushing against that wall, trying to get some points. Now calling it off. Looks like two fingers going up in the air for Montreal. That will bring their total up to 33, and they were successful. 35. Yep, thank you. They were successful at stopping the Quadfathers on that jam. In total, 0 points going up on the board for them.
All right, let's see if they can maintain this momentum. We've got Tiny Fury, the Montreal pivot, in the penalty box, and number 6, that is Zolkowski, in the box as well for Mohawk Valley.
Housestar up on the line for the Quadfathers.
Oh!
Broke through on that inside line to pick up lead jammer. Luke Ness Monster getting recycled back. Now with one blocker to beat at the top of the apex, able to break through as well on their initial pass.
Oh, Housestar had his hands up, looking for that information from the bench. Should I keep going? Should I call this off?
Just waiting to the last second, trying to burn as much time as possible before calling that off, because right now the clock is definitely in the Quadfathers' favor.
Yeah, less than 14 minutes to go. We are in the final quarter.
Number 12, Toad Dasuya, up on the line. I believe this is the first time we've seen him actually start with the star, except for the penalty earlier.
I was about to say, well, except for the time that he was in the penalty box.
Correct. This time was by
choice.
On purpose.
Yeah. It was by choice, not by consequence.
Correct. Julio is the other jammer out there for the Quadfathers, pushing against a solid wall of red that does not want to give any leeway.
Heck. Toad's at the front of the pack. Oh, my heck. Julio sent to the penalty box.
Did not see what the penalty was. However, that is going to give Montreal a power jam opportunity.
Toad knocked to the inside, not lead jammer yet. You can't call it off, sir. That's a beautiful jump right over B. Shears, number 35.
And that will give Montreal lead jam status. Toad Dasuya already re-engaging at the bottom of the apex between 3 and 4. Has passed 2, 3, looks like almost passing all 4 and gets knocked to the outside.
Not able to get past B. Shears.
Montreal deciding to run this a little long. Big hit on Julio.
That was a 5-1-4 Grolock. Oh, no. The Toad is in the penalty box. We're going the full 2 minutes, and we've got about 20 seconds left. Nobody can stop this. Nobody is in control.
Julio now has concluded the initial pass. Pat giving a little bit of motivation, asking him to speed up, trying to get a couple more points on the board.
Yeah, Zolkowski, he's the one out there saying, come on, let's get around this. Come on, let's go, let's go. Really encouraging everybody to just keep on moving.
But that was such a hard-fought jam.
Oh.
Both defensive packs had just locked down. I mean, it took, what, 30 seconds to get lead jammer status?
Yeah.
And then it was another minute after that of just hard-fought grinding around the track. 4 points total going up on the board for Mohawk Valley on that jam. Montreal getting 3. 198-33 in favor of Mohawk Valley Quadfathers. And we've got about 11 and a half minutes remaining in the game.
Now, I'm sorry, please.
No. I was going to say timeout now being called by Mohawk Valley, so perfect time. Go ahead.
Yeah, you look at you can look at the tail of the tape. You can see the scores up there. It's 198-38. And you would think that Mohawk is trouncing Montreal, or they're just not working. But they are. They are really putting it all out there. They are leaving nothing to chance. And what can I say? They are trying their best. I'm sure that they're just as tired after this weekend as we are.
Oh, absolutely, because, I mean, Montreal has not let up on any of their 3 games. Again, they did come into this 0-2. Possibly leaving here I think with 10 minutes left, we could probably say they will leave here 0-3. But their spirits are still very high. They still have smiles on their face. They have not given up. They're still working extremely hard for each and every point. And I'll tell you, that is why when you see those points getting stolen,
yes,
you know, because they're not necessarily getting those lead jammer statuses, so they're the second ones out, and they're still stealing points.
Yep. Just a point here, a point there. But they're working so hard to get those points. Each point feels like a major victory.
And I'll tell you, their strategy is solid. You know, it's just not quite clicking as cleanly as it should, and the Quad Fathers are taking advantage of that.
All right, we've got Chapin and Gentle Stan out there. Chapin already the lead jammer. And Mohawk Valley now over the double century mark at 2:02.
Oh, and Gentle Stan, I do believe, was able to suck Chapin into a cut track penalty.
Oh.
That will give Montreal power jam.
And we are going the full 2 minutes. Gentle Stan not in control. Nobody in control. We're just going to have to make it happen.
Gentle Stan now engaging.
Oh.
Big
that didn't
hit.
look good. El Majestic getting sent to the penalty box. Santa Vaca. Stever back on the track. Gentle Stan coming back to turn 1.
Chapin now also completed the time in that penalty box, has re-engaged as well. Both jammers now neck and neck, starting to pick up a little bit of speed. We've got 15 seconds left in the jam. Neither can call it off at this point.
Less than 10 seconds to go. Gentle Stan knocked to the inside, coming back around. 42 points, that's right. The answer to life, the universe, and everything. No more points being awarded for Montreal. 2 more being awarded to Mohawk Valley, bringing them up to 208.
Luke Nessmonster of number 42 coming back to the line for Montreal. And it looks like number 87, Stank, is going to be going up there for the Quad Fathers.
42, and they've got 42 points. See, it's 42, 42.
Well, it is the answer to everything and all.
Life, the universe, and everything, I'll tell you.
Although I didn't forget my towel.
Never forget your towel, and never forget, don't panic.
Speaking of don't panic, working the front of the pack is number 42, Luke Nessmonster. Trying to pick up that lead jammer status yet again for Montreal. Stank is getting recycled back by Toad de Souilleux, and Buddy Ollie all the way back to the jammer line.
Oh, Luke Nessmonster getting knocked around out there. Oh, looks like every time they get a few steps ahead, they're getting knocked back a few more steps.
Luke Nessmonster up there getting a little bit of offensive help by Buddy Ollie, and it looks like Tony Phoenix.
That took 57 seconds. 57 seconds. This is what we're talking about. Montreal is not resting on their laurels. They are out there defending that pack, trying to stop these jammers.
Absolutely incredible, and you can tell that these skaters are just absolutely exhausted right now, but they're still pushing forward, scraping for every single inch.
Luke Nessmonster on the outside, getting recycled. Coming back in behind Deb Crush.
Stank is now getting held up by that tripod of red. Braced by Toad de Souilleux.
Luke Nessmonster popping out, grabbing 4 points. The first points scored. Stank is getting sent to the penalty box. Luke Nessmonster on a power jam.
And Stank is going to the penalty box with just a couple seconds left in that jam. That means Montreal will start with a power jam opportunity here.
Looks like 6 points awarded. Stankus making a stank, pardon me, pardon the pun, about that call. We're going to see if anything happens with that.
Viking sides offering a lot of congratulatory hugs on that jam. Well deserved as well, because again, it took 57 seconds to get a lead jam stat.
Exactly. Montreal doing everything they can. We've got Stankus in the penalty box and Tiny Fury, the crazy 88. Oh, knocked to the outside. Oh, with one blocker. Stankus back out on the track, busting up the red defense. Now busted up. Oh, just coming right through, taking lead. I don't think Stankus was happy about that penalty call.
He was not, but I think he's going to try to make up for it on the track in terms of a score.
Santa Vaca. There's 4 more points. Tiny Fury wearing the star.
Oh, and Stankus getting called for blocking with the head. Will get sent back to the penalty box.
And once again, we are going the full 2 minutes.
Oh, and a massive hit on Tiny Fury, sent sprawling to the outside.
Oh.
And that was El Majestic with that hit on Tiny Fury, recycled back to turn number 4.
El Majestic using those shoulders to get back into position to stop Tiny Fury. Tiny Fury almost out. Oh, able to get past El Majestic. That's what I'm talking about.
Put on the speed and then stopped in order to make El Majestic miss. Then jetted out again, re-engaged at turn number 1.
El Majestic right to the floor. Absolutely fantastic footwork out there. 2-1.
That is the end of that jam. Final points being assessed for that jam. Looks like 2 more points being issued for Montreal.
And I believe this is an official timeout. That looked like recording was saying, no. We're calling this timeout. You guys come over here. We got to chat.
I'll tell you, for those of you who are still with us, you are definitely not missing out. I'm going to recommend this. Watch the action.
Absolutely.
That's what you need to do at this point, because in all honesty, Montreal is not going to bring out this victory. But again, they haven't given up.
No,
the
not at all.
The amount of action that is going on out there is absolutely incredible. Montreal is definitely doing a lot of things right. It may not translate to the score, but God, have you not seen what's been going on out there?
They've got 54 points, but they are out there fighting like they have 210.
Absolutely. And they are definitely going to walk out of here victors in and of their own right.
Absolutely. They're going to go back across the border telling tales of the glorious battles.
And well deserved. This has been an absolutely incredible game to watch.
Oh my heck. Let's see. Nothing with it. Looking to see if just checking the chats, seeing if anything new has come in. Not yet.
It's been just a little slow on the chat line. Yep.
I know everybody's too busy watching to chat. I understand. Sometimes. All right.
So, Paper Cut, if you are watching, we just received a message. Pat is okay. That is Patatao. He's all right. So, Paper Cut, again, if you are watching, Pat is okay. That is outstanding. I love it when skaters come over here and say, hey, could you please let somebody know?
Oh, yeah, totally.
We are more than willing to do that.
Also, for my very special listener out there, the Eagle is in the hen house. Once again, the Eagle is in the hen house. You know what to do.
Did you bring the money?
That's not my job.
Okay.
Never be the bag man. Important safety tip. Never be the bag man.
The referees are definitely conferring about something. I mean, at this point, they are all bent over. It almost looks like a secret society going on.
I think it's the blocking with the head call. I think that all happened before the 4 points were scored by Mohawk Valley. So Mohawk
Oh.
That's what I saw. The blocking with the head happened, and there was a whole lap before it went off.
So we have a little bit of analysis going on, but we will wait to see what the final call is.
And it looks like I'm completely wrong.
That's all right. I'm sure we're all completely wrong.
So it doesn't look like anything has really changed. The score remains the same. Stankus is still in that penalty box.
No, that's House Tar.
House Tar, I'm
Yep.
sorry. Gentle Stan is the jammer on record. Oh, and with less than 10 seconds into the jam, picks up lead jammer status for Montreal. Gentle Stan now engaging the pack at the back straightaway just before turn number 3. Oh, quickly breaks through. 4 points getting put up on the board for the Montreals. We are getting a little bit of information passed to us now about what that review was about. So we'll get you that information here shortly. Oh, and Gentle Stan again on that inside line. One more blocker to beat. Looks like a second scoring pass has been accomplished. That will be 8 points on this jam for Gentle Stan. Also, I believe you have some information for us.
Yeah, the reason that House Tar was in the penalty box was because Stankus got a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct and chose to remove themselves from the game. House Tar took their place in the penalty box, and we are back to the action.
That would explain my mistake on who was in the penalty box.
Exactly. That I thought that as well. I actually had to look, double check the number, and I was looking at the sideline, seeing who was out there.
And once again, I'll let you know, if you are still watching at home, good on you, because it would have been very easy early on just to say, you know what, this is going to be a blowout, I need to stop watching.
Yeah.
But seriously, if you're still watching, you know exactly what I'm saying, because this is insanely great.
Absolutely. It is Chapin. It is Luke Ness Monster. I'm going to get this right. Oh, man. I swear, I'm not even from here.
You've been announcing for Boston far too long, my friend.
That might be it. I've been announcing for Boston for far too long.
Luke Ness Monster, I thought, broke free. However, track cut being issued. Luke, they are headed to that penalty box. Going to serve 30 seconds there.
El Majestic joining them in the penalty box.
Neither jammer had lead yet, so we are still waiting to see if Chapin right there picks up lead jammer status for the Quad Fathers.
Rance Gale also in the penalty box. That means Montreal is 2 skaters down.
Oh, and turning backwards in order to get that scoring pass done. Chapin walking away with another 4 points. Luke Ness Monster has finished the time in the penalty box and is about to re-engage at that back straightaway between 2 and 3.
Chapin kind of taking their time, letting the pack work itself out. Luke Ness Monster up at the front of the pack in turn 3. Chapin at the top of turn 3. Oh, looks like we've had ourselves a star pass to 1-2.
Toad de Suya.
There we go.
We are at 1 minute remaining in this game. Jam gets called off. Final point's going to be assessed. Looks like 3 more points going to be put up for the Quad Fathers. We will see if we can get one more jam in here. Ooh. Skaters are taking the line quickly. It looks like they want it. I know I want it. House Star coming up to the line for the Quad Fathers. Going to be facing off against number 19, Gentle Stan. 33 seconds. Oh, and I heard a whistle. Maybe there was a timeout. We'll stop the clock. Guaranteeing at least one more jam.
That's it. We are guaranteed one more jam, folks.
Yes. I started this being a very tired announcer. I am now amped up once again. This has been phenomenal to watch.
I know, this has been absolutely fantastic. I agree with you. Absolutely exhausted. It has been a long weekend, but worth it. Just absolutely worth it.
And if you are as excited as we have been this game, and you want to continue seeing awesome roller derby action at tournaments throughout the region, please, again, follow that link, support Nerd Derby, go through Amazon Prime if you have that account. It is free to you. Go support Nerd Derby, go to Sociopath, order your gear, order your clothing. Again, that is sociopath.ca.
And remember, it's so like a needle pulling thread.
Do, a deer, a female deer. Oh, there goes my high school choir again.
I did that just to get Q. See, I knew. He's tired enough that he's going to be open to suggestion.
Halstar taking that inside line is working the front of the pack. Farouja Brutal acting as a bridge. Now giving some offensive help there as Gentle Stan is able to push that wall of black up.
Jeez. Sorry, the sheer force that Gentle Stan is putting up against those blockers, and they're moving backwards. You've got 3 grown human beings that you are pushing backwards.
On their toe stops.
On their toe stops.
And he is on wheels, pushing all 3 of them forward. Absolutely amazing.
I mean, again, they're not just resting on their laurels.
No.
That is it. That's the end of it.
Game time has ended. That is called off. Final points now being assessed. Unofficial score looks like it's 227 to 66. Oh, but the score did not show everything.
No, not at all. Not at all. We wish you were here. What can I say?
God.
You should have come on down. That's when you're going to see all of the action. Sure, you see a good amount of action on the stream, but to really feel the intensity of the room, you need to come on down to the tournament, and you need to support your local roller derby.
Okay, it looks like the final has been issued. Mohawk Valley again, 227. Montreal Roller Derby 66. Congratulations to both teams and every single team that was here for Bob H 2019 Invitational Tournament here in Hogan Arena in Auburn, Massachusetts.
Wow. What a great weekend. Folks, I hope you had a great weekend. I know we had a great weekend.
Thank you to the entire production crew that has been here. Thank you to all the volunteers. Thank you to Nerd Derby. Again, my name is Q.
I'm your good buddy, Oso Blanco Fabuloso.
We'll see you next time.